Well, I ain't got long because I'm expecting some trouble to come my way in a minute. But I've been listening to about half of Rumble's live with, we'll call him Mr. Uber Eats Man. Listen, I came back to the UK and I spent a time in a certain household. And never did I feel any more, I couldn't feel any more welcome than what I was. You know, all the food was cooked for, paid for, Brian was well looked after, and Emma done all the looking after of everybody, the whole household. That was me with a eyes on, you know, inside account. Now they're trying to insinuate that Emma's trying to do something bad to her husband. Couldn't be further from the truth. She's trying to get him better. So, Kev, right, I can talk about this because there's no third person here because we spoke to each other direct before any of this shit happened. And I know that you was prepaid to pick up someone to take them to the hospital. Two people, two times, two separate occasions. And you left them in the lurch, even though you was paid for the job. Could have left someone in a very, very critical, serious injury, very, very important appointment, and you're prepaid beforehand. How do I know that? Well, we'll get to that later. You know, maybe Humble can question you on that. You can put your lie out and then I can counter it. She'll try to insinuate that she tried to do something to her husband. Absolute, utter lies. In fact, you know, if anything was true, is that their health has actually got better since you've left their lives. Their lives. So, and you used to be the one that delivered the food, weren't you? You know, there's no third person here. This is just telling you what I know. Because apparently I was on the phone all the time. Well, I was on the phone all the time because she was fucking scared of you. And Dom still speaks on the phone. We're not perverts. We're just friends. We haven't got hidden ulterior motives like you have, Kev. You sent me the fucking messages. I still got those messages. You tried to slander her. You sent those to multiple people. And then when we all blocked you, that's when you went to the other side. The only people that would listen. Well, you got their attention now. But look, I'm not going to say what has or hasn't been done or what I do and don't know. But from what I've seen with my own eyes, I think if anybody's thinking about getting into a relationship with this man in the future, I suggest you just do a Claire's Law behind his back. Because if you haven't got one, I'm not going to say I don't know whether one's been done in the past. It's not for me to say. I'm saying for the future, definitely get a Claire's Law, 100%. If you're thinking of coming in any kind of a relationship with this man. I've physically, with my own eyes, seen that man perving around for fucking weeks prior to him coming out online. And what I can say is, after living with them, I've seen that her whole life evolves around looking after them. Not as a carer, it's just because she's a Christian. You know, she could have left them a long time ago, left all this stress behind. But she doesn't. She's got a thing what you ain't got, Kev, and you lot, loyalty. She's got a fucking heart of a fucking warrior, and you lot don't like that. Humble, how many times I offered to meet you face to face in Thailand? Any time you want to meet me face to face was over a phone. Like, you want me to turn my camera on? I said, why do you want me face to face on the phone? You know, I'm offering to meet you face to face, person to person. All right, Carol. So, I'm not sure how long I've got on this one. So, and other people around them know exactly what's what. You're just somebody who hasn't got what he wanted, which was because he had ulterior motives He didn't get what he wanted. He made up a story. And he's just desperate for attention. He wants people to listen to him. Everyone around them knows exactly who she is and what she has and hasn't done. And I'm telling you, Kevin, you didn't even get close. All this shit is absolute fabricated lies. That's the reason why she was on the phone to me all the time, because she was scared of you. That's why she was on the phone to Dom, because she was scared of you. That's why she always needed someone around when you were around. When you came round, she ran upstairs. You put her in, petrified that woman. You fucking horrible piece of shit. And this is what I've seen, because now you've admitted that I've been on the phone with her for hours and hours and hours. And ask yourself why. And if it wasn't me, it would have been another female, just any friend, anyone that could distract you, because you're a creep. And I think deep down, Humble knows. And if you're going to look at this from an unbiased point of view, and it's not pre-rehearsed, if you're going to know something ain't right with you, Kev, but we all know it's pre-rehearsed, you know. You can tell that a mile away. But anyway, I can talk about the stuff I've experienced, seen what I've seen, Kev. Yes, I've only had a few people in my life the other day. I was in a hurry to go to the gym. I had an appointment. You know, I had 8 minutes to get to that appointment. So I'm sorry if I didn't stay live long enough for you. But I haven't really built this live for you. You called me a pervert, so I got the right to respond. You called me a pervert on Humble Drives. Why are you labelling me exactly what you are? I haven't got any ulterior motives with her. I stayed around their house, and there was nothing. We didn't do anything like that. I didn't see any kind of flirtation with anybody, any other man. So why are you trying to slander her, Kevin? You fucking creep. You sent me that message out the blue. I never even wanted to talk to you. You sent me a message, and you was hoping to try and infiltrate me. But I know that what you're saying, there are so many holes in your story that if you was to be interrogated by a real person, you know, that doesn't have ulterior motives, that doesn't actually have a, he said he's unbiased, but he can't help but being biased. His whole channel's been about slandering that couple. So how could he not be biased? But I'll tell you, if you actually got somebody who's really unbiased to interview you like that, mate, you would look even worse than what you're already doing. You look pretty fucking bad on that. What else was I going to say? Oh, Dildo Dave, right. You're putting up an encounter with a certain person. There's stuff on the my community page that people might want to check out exactly who that person is. Of course, if you think anyone on YouTube is abusive towards women, you wait till you look at a channel called The Observer, and you look at all the witnesses that came out to say what they saw about that geezer. I've been... Okay. Oh, I'm just going to put a comment in because there's a dollar sign over the comments. I can't see the whole comment. I could highlight it. I've been in the company. Oh yeah, 100%, Carol, 100%. It was always him asking for money, and it was normally her trying to chase it back, and he never kept coming up with excuses. He kept saying, "I've got no money, I can't pay you back." Blah 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 blah. Mate, I've only ever seen him asking to borrow money, and him never paying it back. But I can't. I don't want to talk too much about that because I'd rather get the permission to talk about it first. And even, I'm not going to lie. If I was to talk about more, go into depth, I'd rather she be on the phone, on the phone next to me, so she can say what I can and can't say, because it's a very, very sensitive matter now, isn't it, Kevin? Very, very sensitive matter. And the question I really want to know is, which Humble won't put to you for some reason, supposed to be unbiased, how did you get arrested? I really want to know. Because you thought he owes me 200 quid. Not to mention the amount of these other things I can't say because it's not my place to say. But I know that he's lying through his teeth. The evidence is out there. It's clear as day. And the fact he's trying to have YouTube over with Humble, it's going to come back to bite him. Because anyway, just keep doing your lives, keep making your lives, Kev and Humble, because I'll tell you what, man, I can rip your stories apart when the time is right. But I'll have my part to play in it. But I think the real person that's going to want to do it is the people in question. Well, I'm only going to do a little live here because my name was mentioned. You called me a pervert. What have I said or done since you've been on the phone next to Emma to make you think I'm a pervert? It couldn't be that you're super jealous of music, Kev, as you thought you would. Are you super jealous of me because you'd rather talk to me than a scumbag, dirty cunt like you? Is it maybe because I'm not trying to stalk her or harass her? Is it maybe because she might find me a little bit more interesting than you? That eats you up inside, doesn't it? In fact, I spent hours on the phone when she was sitting next to you in a car, which she paid for. Not the car, but the fares. The taxi fares, before people take my words out of context. Jesus Christ, man. And Dildo Dave, keep doing what you're doing, and I'll keep doing what I'm doing. And Humbles, if ever you do make it out this way again, you're more than welcome to pop over for a cup of tea. You made threats towards me. Actually, I was in England at the time when you said you want to meet me in Koh Samui. That actually worried me a little bit because if I took you at face value, if you were in Koh Samui, I was the other side of the world and my wife and children in the house by themselves. I think I couldn't actually say that, could I? And was I in England? 100%. I was in England. And there's people around that can verify that. People around on YouTube that can verify that. You can't, because you can't come anywhere near, You're not very well liked, are you, Kev? I'll tell you, when I went into Redcar, okay, this is what I'm going to tell you. This is how you're going to know that I was in Redcar. Remember that live? Remember that live that Emma did when she went to Redcar to prove that she could go into Redcar because apparently she'd been kicked out there, according to the trolls. There was a car that drove past, wasn't there, Kev? Just after that live. And guess where I was when that car drove past? So you saw a man wearing black. That's Jimmy. Anyway, on that note, it's only going to be a short one. I've got to charge my battery. And I'm going to listen to the rest of that Rumble shit. I might react again if I see more stuff. If I see my name get mentioned again. In a bit. Thanks for popping on. All 7 I'm sure more we'll see later. So I'll do a short one so get played over and over again. Bye-bye.